the Bougie Show when you hear what's going on. Cause it's the Bougie Show, the Bougie Show. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear what's turn up, turn up, turn up. It's the Bougie Show when you hear what's turn up, turn up.
We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bougie Show. We are live out here in Los Angeles, California. I am your host, Zay the DJ. My guest in front of me is wildly sexual seductress performer. Her home is the erotic garden. Ladies and gentlemen, the gorgeous, sensational, rare breed, Miss Valeria Mars is in the building.
Thank you for the beautiful introduction.
Okay, I was making sure. First interview of the day, Valeria, right? Is it Valeria?
Yeah, Valeria.
Valeria. Say that again.
Valeria.
Valeria. I'm not gonna say it like that. I'm gonna mess it up. But the way you say it sounds dope.
You
Valeria Mars. Miss Mars is in the building. God damn it. Thank you for joining us. I know I kept shifting up the schedule on you. It was just okay. You know the industry you're in, how things happen. Anyhow, thank you. You said your commute here was fine. You drove early. What time did you get up this morning?
Like a little before 9. Like
how long did it take? That's it?
Yeah, it doesn't take me long to get ready.
Wow. Okay. Did you already know what you were wearing and everything ahead of time?
No, I just.
So you picked out the closet today?
Yeah.
Okay, we can applaud that. Goddammit. All right. I want to start with this is your first official interview because I found nothing while preparing for this moment. Oh, God damn it. We winning, God damn it. Bougie Show right out the gate. First interview in California for the 2024 year. And we starting off with a bang. Let's take it from the top. Your introduction to the adult film industry occurred when and how?
So I was doing OnlyFans for about 3 years. And I had just moved to LA. I started going to like sex clubs, sex parties, and that kind of stuff. And that was my introduction. I met a lot of people in the adult film industry, but I was already I was already following a lot of people on Twitter and that kind of stuff. And then I just started meeting them in person, and I was like, oh.
So hold on. So you started doing OnlyFans. This was, you said 3 years ago?
Like it was
pre-COVID or post-COVID?
It was a month before COVID started.
Okay, all right.
So it was like around there.
So you started doing that. What were you doing prior to that? With your like how were you?
I was working at Wawa. I was 19 when I started and I got into OnlyFans and stuff.
You were 19. Wow. Whew, that's a lot. Okay, so you started following people prior to going to the parties?
Yeah.
So how did you even know who to look for? Was it through
I had a friend that was like, do you want to go to one of these parties? And I was like, yeah, why not? Okay,
and this was a swinger type of party?
Yeah.
Okay, and that was your first experience of doing that?
Yeah.
And how did you process all that as you walked into the building for the first time?
I felt like I belonged.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So were people naked?
Yeah.
When you got in there, and you felt totally comfortable?
I felt totally comfortable.
Men, women, the whole nine?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and then
it was like a really cool hotel.
Oh.
It was like a horror hotel theme. And it was really awesome.
And how long were you there for?
I stayed like the whole night. Like I was having a great time.
Oh, you were parlaying, huh?
Yeah, I was having a great time.
Great. Wow. Okay. So were you being intimate with people too? Was that occurring?
Just like one.
Oh, you picked one person?
Yeah.
Did they pick you or you picked them?
I went with this girl technically.
Okay.
So yeah, me and her.
Okay. Oh, so y'all got that. Oh, so you did. Okay, so that made you feel comfortable. All right. And then from then you did that, and then how did you transition into the adult film industry?
Then I just kept meeting people. Like I kept getting invited to stuff. I kept getting invited to like different parties and like different events and stuff. And then one day I was just like, why not? Like I'm already pretty out there. So, and like this is something that like I did it because I just really wanted to feel more comfortable in my body and that kind of stuff. I really wanted to just like learn more about myself, learn more about my sexuality. I wanted to play a little bit more. And so for me, it felt like the right move. I was just like,
did you get an agent? How did this
No.
work? So how did you get like booked? How did you,
So I still haven't done like a mainstream.
Oh, you have
yet.
not? Wow.
Nope. I just like, know a lot of people in the industry.
So you don't
and I
want
work-
to then? You would have done it already, right?
No, it's not that I'm not interested. It's that I haven't gotten the right offer. I've gotten a lot of offers, and I've seen agents. I've spoken to them. Nothing felt right.
I feel you.
And I just didn't want to go against that just because I wanted to do something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so for me, yeah, like I still haven't shot mainstream yet, but I'm interested in it. It just the right offer hasn't appeared yet. So when it does, like, cool, I'll go for it. But yeah, I really need to feel like a full body yes for me to like do something. And yeah, for me it was just the next step was just like collabing with bigger people,
right?
And I got along with most people really well, so it was just like, oh, like this makes sense for me to just to step into. But I really like creating my own stuff.
I did take a notice of that. We'll get into that a little bit later down the line. Valeria Mars joining us on the Bougie Show. What did your friends and family have to say about your decision to choose this career?
Everybody was pretty supportive.
Okay.
I had a couple of people that weren't the most supportive, but it was like towards the beginning of my journey, like when I started doing OnlyFans, like that some people weren't really supportive of it, and it took me some time to really like tell my mom exactly what I was doing and that kind of stuff. And she's really intuitive, so it's not like it was like, it's not something that like I could have hid from her, really. Like I couldn't have pretended that like this is not something that I was doing. I had to say it in some capacity because my mom would be like, hey, I had this dream that you were doing. And I was like, okay.
Wow. So how did you actually break it down to her? I'm sure you cleaned it up,
She
right?
actually like asked me.
Asked
like,
you, what made her ask you that?
Was
How
like,
are you getting money?
Doing porn? And I was like,
oh.
And I was like, yeah, kind of.
Wow.
And,
wow.
know.
And
Yeah, it was a really nice conversation. She was really supportive. She basically said, as long as like you're happy, as long as like
you're safe,
you're safe, and as long as it's something that you want to do, like I just want you to be smart about it. Like don't just like be an idiot. And I was like, I know.
Wow. I love your Garden of Venus page on
thank you
Twitter
so much.
with the vintage content. The whole layout of it. Where did that come from? Like your whole artistic.
I feel like I've always been an artist. I feel like that's like my main domain, my main thing. I'm an artist and everything that I do. It's like, this is just the form of art that came like in this phase of my life. But I feel like I'm always going to be an artist. Like the artistic vision and the eye that I have, I really like to combine like nature. I really like old Playboy stuff. I really like just like I'm really inspired by like older porn and that kind of stuff.
I can definitely see that.
And movies. I really love like
so
erotic films, like things like that. Like I think that's the vibe that I wanted to give to the industry, where it was like, for me, I felt like there was no creators like me. Like I like would.
I think you are a trendsetter when it comes to that.
Yeah, like I just never saw that kind of content. I was like, well, for me, like this is like I want it to be as beautiful as possible. You know what I mean?
Do you hire different photographers or you stick with the same person?
I have one photographer that I like, is my tried and true. Her name is Audrey.
Oh, that's a female that takes all your pictures. Oh, wow.
She's a woman. And she's an awesome photographer, awesome videographer. She's like helped me a lot through my journey and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really like to make the people that I work with feel like as comfortable as possible. And I really like working with women, non-binary people, trans people. Like I really like to be at like, just to show like who I really am, almost like through my porn and performance and that kind of stuff, because like to me that's the most important piece. It's like I feel like I've already like sexually explored a lot in my life, so I don't really use like, this is not like my outlet to like be super intimate, like, and really showcase like my like real life sex life. For me, like I'll do that sometimes. Like I'll like, I obviously have like my little POV clips or whatever, like that is just like, okay, whatever. But the porn that I make that makes me the happiest is the one when I'm like creating with people, like actually creating with people and creating like a really cool concept, like things like that.
Before I go into the hold on to create it, are those real tattoos or is it? Oh wow, what type of tattoo is that? Like, how did?
I either wanted no tattoos or all red ink tattoos. So.
God damn it, we applaud that. That looks amazing.
Thank you.
I can't wait to take pictures with you. Those look really dope. Oh, that's a first.
Yeah.
Valeria Mars joining us. You spoke about wanting to work with girls. You perform a lot of girl on girl content. Is that something you've done before prior to joining the industry? Okay, so you have, and I saw that you spent a lot of time with you've done work with Sky Blue. And now, if you look at her content now, she's kind of switched over to how she's presenting her platform, similar to yours. Is that something you guys discussed, or you think you were a part of inspiring that, or was she already on that prior?
I think that she was, like, she's already an artist
Okay.
in my eyes. Like, I feel like I've been able to pluck out, like, the creatives and the artists, and I think Sky is, like, a really beautiful, like, muse type of artist, and I think that she was already on that path. I think that, that's what I think.
So how do you when you work? Because I think she moved to New York, right? So how did you collab with her when she comes out here? Oh, okay. All right. So, but I was almost wondering, because when I was going through your timeline, I'm like, hold on, does she deal with guys? But you did. I found something. How often do you do that? What makes you decide to work with a male performer?
Chemistry.
But okay, so the chemistry, the intimate side of it, or are you talking about the personality, the vibes?
Usually in general, I prefer meeting people before I work
agree.
with them.
Right.
I obviously have some cases where that was not the case,
Right.
but if I could meet somebody first, like I much rather prefer that than like just going off of
collabing.
Vibes.
Yeah. So how do you pick the performer? Like, okay, before you decide to meet with them, do you say, hey, let's go do breakfast? How does this
usually
work?
I meet them at parties or like events like that I get invited to and that kind of stuff. And that's usually that's where it usually starts. Like where I like meet someone, they follow me, and like we like see if we're like compatible in that way. And then it usually takes me a couple of months to like look at their content. I need some references. Like I take like the male performer side very seriously because I'm like, as careful as I am, I've still worked with some questionable people.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I'm trying my best here. You know what I mean? I'm really trying my best here. But I mean, recently I've decided I don't really want to shoot boy girl anymore. The thing is with boy girl content for me is it works much better for me if I have like anywhere from like 1 to 3 male performers that I can like count on and I can work consistently with, rather than like work with a bunch of guys. Like that was never like my objective, like was like working with a bunch of men. I don't really like my body physically, like it's the hardest on my body. My body doesn't really like
from penetration.
Yeah, taking too much dig is not. Is not like I can take bigger penises, but that doesn't mean my body is like wants to all the time. You know what I mean?
Are you a size queen? Since you are a size queen.
I'm a size queen.
So you like the bigger penis, but your body doesn't. After.
Yeah. Like I think that's what it is. Like my body itself is like not really fond of that. So. But
they say the skinny girls take it quite well. Is that true to that?
Yeah, it is. Like I love watching my boy girl content and being like, damn, I can really ride a dick. That's crazy. But like.
Oh, there goes the dirty though. I was waiting for it. I didn't know if you had it. You was speaking all soft spoken, but there it came out.
No,
Valeria Mars joining us on the Bougie. So no, that is cool. So you're not saying you wouldn't work with another male performer?
Yeah,
again.
no.
You just said that's not your go-to on a.
It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite to like. Okay, the thing is with boy girl content is it sells really well and it is the cheapest to produce.
Interesting.
Like as in like most male performers are not really down to like rent a space and like because I like hire a photographer, videographer. Like it's not that they're like a lot of them aren't down. It's that like it's just it makes it easier for me. It makes it easier for them, especially if it's like our first time working together. Like if we've seen each other multiple times, our first time working together, it usually is a little like girls are more like likely to take themselves out of the moment and be like, this is art, like this is we're gonna create this like just like have like a really fun girly time. But guys are more likely to like they're thinking about making sure their dick stays hard and like all this kind of stuff. And like I don't really like, do they really want like if we can minimize the amount of people in the room, I feel like it would be better for them. But if I've worked with a man several times, then I'm like, okay, like we can go outside, we can do this, we can do that. Like it's kind of like I throw some tests at them first. Like I'm like, okay, let's see if we vibe, if we're compatible sexually first. Right. And then, well, first it's obviously vibes. Like, let's see if we vibe well. Then it's let's see if we're sexually compatible. So we do like a test run, and then from there, I'm like, okay, so like let's try bumping it up a little bit. Like let's try adding a couple things in the video here and there. You know what I mean? And then from there, I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Like depending on how well I work with the performer.
You said it's cheaper to shoot with the guy, correct? So why? Because you could just do it in a room with the women. It just costs more.
With women, because people because we really like to. When I work with another woman, we both really like to put our creative vision together, and usually that means like we're gonna be like spending money on hair, makeup, nails, like the concept in general, flowers, a room, the videographer. So it's like a lot more to produce. But it's not that I haven't filmed videos with women that like are just like me and her like having a moment too. Like I have a mix of everything, but my favorite kind of content to create is more expensive.
And it shows, but it's high quality. I mean, you know, it's an investment. I get it. I see that. Well, I want to go into your tweets a little bit.
Oh my God.
March.
No.
March. All right, let's go. March 22nd, 2024, you tweeted, quote, "If you don't kiss me like you're in love with me, I don't want it," end quote. How important is kissing while being intimate? And then prior to actual intercourse?
I think kissing is very important. Yeah, I think like for that hour, I want to pretend to be in love with this person. You know what I mean? I think that's like, I've gotten the compliment of like, you fuck people like you're in love with them. And like for that hour, we're in love. Okay. Like
for that hour?
For that hour, we're in love. After that, we don't care. Like it's fine. But like, that's just my style. But for me, kissing is really important. Like if I don't have a good kiss with somebody, I know the scene's not going to go.
Wow. No, I get it. Let's go into another tweet. March 19th, you tweeted, quote, "Why is getting a makeup sponge out of your vagina so hard?" End quote. Elaborate, please.
Well, okay, so when you're on your period, you're supposed to like douche and then you put a makeup sponge up there, and that prevents, like, that blocks the period from coming out. And so that's like a performer trick. Like if you have a scene and you just happen to get your period that day, which periods are very irregular for most women, like you just douche, you shove a makeup sponge up there, and then you do the scene, like you do the boy girl scene or girl scene, whatever you're trying to do. And just taking it out of you, like most of the time it's more helpful if the other person like does it for you, but it's kind of awkward, you know.
I found out about this last year. A performer informed me about the sponge and how male performers assist them in taking the sponge out. Is it really, you guys often have shoot scenes while you're on your period, huh? It's
not super often. I prefer not to.
Okay.
But like the show must go on.
Yeah,
like,
well,
you know
we
what I mean?
don't applaud that.
If like that's what was, even in my personal life, you know what I mean? But like I'm a strong, independent woman, so I wanted to, like, I literally had to like fist myself to get it out. But you know what? It got out.
Let's go back to a tweet you did last year, October 27, 2023. You tweeted, quote, "Men should have to legally disclose to you that they don't eat vagina before you even start talking to them."
Yeah.
End quote. What led to that tweet? I don't eat vagina, by the way. Well, I'm contemplating on doing it now. Now that I'm older, I think I have to bow down. I always said a king don't bow, but go ahead.
Wow. Okay. No, yeah, I was hooking up with this guy for a while, and he like was a pillow princess. So
he was a pillow princess?
Yeah.
Wait, I've never heard a woman refer to the man as a pillow princess.
I was doing all the work. It was great. I had a good time, but at some point I was like, wait a minute. And then I realized, I was like, oh yeah, like this is something I require, because like it had been a minute, and I was like, okay.
You must have really liked him.
No. No. I didn't.
So how long did you put up with it?
Like over a year.
Damn, you had to like him. You had to.
No.
So he wasn't eating vagina. He didn't even want to do it.
Well,
or
he
did you
was
ask him?
sometimes.
Oh, he would sometimes. Okay.
Yeah, no, I guess I just like, I don't know. I definitely prefer a man that's like Well, that's the thing. Women are super like, oh, like a woman will put like their whole face in your pussy and like in your ass and everything.
Okay.
And so when it comes to like sex with a man, if he doesn't do the same, it's like, I don't.
Well, women
like,
understand the body better than the man, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Which
they're also
I just
more
prefer.
comfortable with the body, right? So do you understand why the man doesn't necessarily? Well, some men doesn't necessarily just have the desire and the urge just to go down there and eat you out.
No, I don't
You
get
understand?
it.
Oh, okay.
I don't get it.
So the fact that you get
have the
periods
urge.
every month, you know, you have to clean it and stuff like that. Not to say that the penis you don't have to do the same.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I personally have the urge to eat vagina, so imagine too.
How do you are you willing to teach a man how to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not like.
What do you suggest to somebody like me who's never done it? What do you suggest to me to learn besides? Because a woman told me once, I'll teach you how to do it, but it's only going to be for me, not for you to go and give it to somebody else, right?
No.
So what do you say to a guy like me?
Okay, so I would say start slow.
Okay.
Start teasing first, and then you start going down there.
Teasing
Yeah.
with what, your finger? Teasing
No,
with-
I mean you can use your fingers, but
Okay.
you can just like kiss around the thighs.
Okay,
like, just like kiss around the
that's
body.
fine.
Kiss
But
around.
we do that already.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that part.
Yeah, so yeah, you just kiss around the thigh until you get there.
Okay,
you know
then
what
when
I
you
mean?
get there,
like,
then
you
what
do
do I
it
do?
really slow, and then you like lick around it first. You know, like you lick around the you want to make sure the
Around
whole,
the clitoris.
yeah, like no, just around the like the vulva.
Okay.
Like
the grass. The land, not the home. The home is the clitoris, right? Okay, all right. That's the house. All
And
right.
you just like lick around it, you kiss around it,
Okay.
like you maybe like suck on it, like just
okay.
all on the outside
All right.
first before you
Go to the
touch
lips.
the clit part. Once you go to the clit part, you still want to go slowly.
Do you deal with the inside of the clit or the outside? Like
all of it?
Oh, okay.
All of it, but just slowly first. and
slowly
then you
with the
get-
tongue.
Yeah.
So slowly licking like vertical or horizontal
It
or
depends
both.
It depends on. Some girls like.
You're teaching me. Go ahead.
Some girls like it differently, but it's never gone wrong if you lick on it a little bit and then you suck on it.
Okay, so when you say suck, is it like sucking on a nipple?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. And I had a performer in Miami, Ariana Adams. She said a lot of guys that swear they're good at eating vagina actually are terrible. And she says, focus on the clit. See, you just gave a whole breakdown of the analogy. Her thing was just, I guess, trying to get her rocks off, like focus on the clit.
Well, that's the thing, that it's important to focus on the clit, but it's like you do everything first and then you stay on the clit and then you focus on it.
So when
it's like first you go all over and then you get to the clit. Once you get to the clit, then everything is pretty smooth.
So when you're dealing with performing oral sex on a man, how do you approach that, the penis?
I like to start slow too, like just like taking it out of the pants, and then I'll kiss everywhere around the area first. Like I'll kiss like the V line and like into the thighs and like all that kind of stuff. Like sometimes I'll bite them like over here.
Oh, interesting. A gentle bite.
Yeah,
Okay.
like nothing crazy. But yeah, I'll start with like biting, just everything like slow, and then I'll like start getting to the head. I'll give it some kisses, and then I'll like start licking and sucking.
Yeah,
and
damn it, there's an
everything.
there's an art to sucking the wood.
There is. To me, there's an art to everything.
Yes, there is. Are you freak? Like, do you God, but so much I want to go with you. Let me follow the order. Since we're talking about the penis, have you had a male performer use his penis as a weapon on you?
What do you mean?
Like when they're just out to jackhammer you and not out to please you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many times.
As a performer?
Yeah.
And what do you do? You just take it and don't work with them again, or do you let them know while it's happening? You give them the pinch or the double tap, or how's this work?
I don't really that's the thing. I don't really know how to like really tell him that like it wasn't super enjoyable for me sometimes. So it's not that I like lie. I'm just kind of like, well, you just probably won't hear from me again, or probably like, yeah, that's usually the indicator.
So what is how? I'm trying to, because you say you're a size queen. So it's not the size of it. It's how they're using it.
Yeah.
Is it because of the positions that they're doing it? It's uncomfortable
Usually
for you,
like,
or is it just the angle? What exactly?
Usually it's like not enough foreplay is involved. Like, that's usually that. And then 2 is just like, yeah, just jackhammering for too long of a time. Like, it's like if I'm getting like fully penetrated for 45 minutes to an hour, like
Wow,
with like
that's a long time.
no breaks in between. Like I'm fighting for my life a little bit.
Wow.
You know, like that, because usually I can fuck for a really long time, but it's like if it's like an hour of straight penetration, I'm gonna need a second. I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom. Like I can go multiple rounds, and I
Right,
can
you
like
just need to breaks in between.
yeah, and like if that's not something that like we've discussed prior, like it's just kind of like okay, like I need a second. Like now I can't walk. Like thanks. Like,
Oh, Valeria Mars is joining us. What sexual acts is not on your is on your no checklist, I should say?
I would say, I mean, I'm not really into pee stuff.
Oh, no urinating. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
I'm not really into pee stuff.
You do the anal and all that stuff?
I've done anal. It's okay for me. It's
Okay.
not my favorite.
Right.
I don't really know if I would like really. I don't really see myself becoming like an anal queen by any means, but like I would do it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of like.
Do you pay attention before you work with the guy to see how they perform?
Yeah.
Because Gia Page said it to me one time. A lot of guys they F with their back and not their hips. But how does a guy truly know how to with their hips and
Honestly,
not their back? Because the back, you still need the back to move.
I like, even when I wear strap-ons and like strap girls and that kind of stuff, it's a lot. Like I'd be like, I'm like, guys haven't really
glad you acknowledged it.
It's not like no, for men it's like I totally understand. Like that's I'm really like empathetic. So I try to give people a chance, you know what I mean? But it's usually like, you know, if I really just don't really like working with someone, then I like, it's okay, we tried it, it's okay.
You ever gave a guy a second chance when he didn't perform well? And I'm not talking about a performer. I'm just talking about
in general.
Yeah, in general, civilian guy, and you give him a second chance to redo it. Like say you got with him in a one night stand and they were drunk and they, you know, and then in the morning they ready to go, but you know they just dropped.
It depends on how sexy they were.
Oh, what makes a guy sexy to you?
Confidence.
Okay.
Like a lot of confidence.
What kind of confidence? Not the confidence of hey girl, I want to just talk to you. You mean
like soft
just
confidence?
Like how they move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like how they move, the way they touch you.
I mean, when they're just meeting you though, how do you sense the confidence? Then the eyes,
eye contact, and that kind of stuff. Like the way that they're talking to you. I don't really like super like harsh, like intense, aggressive.
Yeah.
Like I don't really like any of that. But it's like somebody who's really sweet, but like
still
also
makes their point
kind
known.
of bold, you know what I mean? Like
you're letting them know they like you, but at the same time they have control over
like
themselves.
I've definitely had like really like I've made out with a guy that like I met 30 seconds ago. You know what I mean? Like because it was just like, I like you, can we kiss? And I was like, yeah.
Where was this at?
Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're at a club.
No, I was on the beach.
You just met some guy and y'all just.
We didn't fuck, but
no,
like,
I mean, you just made out. Okay, but you just he just started talking to you?
Yeah.
And then how y'all just end up kissing? You was like, to screw it? Were you drinking some daiquiris or something earlier
I was drinking a little bit. I was drinking a little bit, but he just like came up to me and was like, you're hot. Like, can we make out? And he was like on a scooter and I was like, yeah.
What was he, like beach shorts or something? Yeah. And some sandals? So you were checking out his body?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
So the eyes is the first thing you look at?
The eyes is the first thing I look at. Like the eyes, like the like aura, like their energy, like coming forward to you and that kind of stuff. And like it just depends on like how they came at me. And like it, sometimes it's a yes, sometimes it's a no. I tend to be more careful with guys though. Like
yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Real quick before we go into the next question, your ethnicity?
I'm Peruvian.
And Liberian girl playing. Wow, goddamn it, we'll applaud that. Have we had a Yeah, I know you're Peru, but have we had a Peruvian woman on the show before? Yeah, no. Okay, that was the first interview, first Peruvian girl to come on here. Mommy and daddy, they both from Peru. Okay. That's why you got that unique look. Sorry, I didn't hear myself for a second. What do you well, you kind of already spoke on this. I'm going to ask, what do you like about female performers when performing? But you kind of expressed that a little bit. Your first scene filmed, because you took a break, right? Mm-hmm. And then you came back. What was that first scene you shot?
First scene that I shot since coming back.
And how long were you gone then? Let's go back to that first.
So I mean, I take lots of breaks, honestly.
Okay, throughout the year?
Yeah.
Okay, and what leads to that? You just want to chill?
I tend to burn out a lot. That's my only thing that I'm trying to figure. Like that's why I'm gonna try to like stop shooting boy girl and like just mainly shoot girl and solo and that kind of stuff to just kind of like take my energy back a little bit, just because I feel like I do tend to burn out a lot. Like if I'm working with like a few men a month, like usually that like leads to some kind of burnout. So like recently I've just been like, I think I'm on a break recently too. Like there's just like sometimes things happen with your health that you have to take a break.
Right.
Sometimes you just get really tired, or sometimes you want to do other things. Like, so for me, like I just try to listen to my body as much as possible. My body's like really loud, and like I do tend to like my immune system isn't the best. So I have to take breaks just to make sure that like my immune system is good and that kind of stuff. But the first scene I shot back, I think it was because I took a 2-month break from like December to like February, and my first scene in February was with Alexis Tay.
Oh, okay, Alexis Tay. Okay. Oh, we got to get her on. We're trying to get her on too. So you always come back and shoot with the girl first, never with the guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I usually I like to start it with girls. I like to start with girls because it just like it makes my life easier.
What's your favorite act to perform on camera?
I really like sucking toes, which is really funny.
Interesting.
Really
women,
funny.
not men, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can get it.
With women, I really like
have
to
nice
suck
feet.
toes,
I feel you.
and I feel like I really like if you're scissoring and sucking on toes, like it looks really good on camera. And for guys, I really like to ride. That looks really good on camera.
Reverse or regular?
Either one.
Okay. All right. I know you talked about vagina maintenance a little bit. How do you go about making sure the kitty cat bounces back after getting rocked by like a performer like J Mac or Dredd?
Honestly,
You've worked with both of them, correct?
I have not worked with J-Mac.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I've worked with Dredd.
Yeah.
a
And
few
what
times.
kind of scenes did you do with him?
I did 3 scenes with Dredd. I did 1 vaginal. I did 1 anal attempt, and then
Attempt?
Yeah, that was an attempt. I hadn't done anal in 4 years, and I just was like, yeah, why not?
And you just go with one of the biggest in the damn world?
I don't know. I'm crazy. And then I did a threesome with him and Alexis.
Oh.
But I fucked a guy like right after I fucked Dredd. So
The next day?
no, 2 hours after.
And how did that work?
It was fine.
For you? Okay. Well, because you already opened up. Was he in an ocean or?
No, it was. I think it was tighter, honestly, because it like swells.
Oh, because
then
then it comes back. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it like swells a little bit.
Did he know you performed to Dredd?
Yeah, he was a fan of Dredd.
And he wanted to come right after that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Rest the fuckery, but bad. God damn it.
But no, I feel like
Dudes is crazy.
yeah, I know. But
I'm not running behind Dredd.
I mean, yeah, you know.
I don't care how much bathmate pumps I'm using. Shout out to bathmate for collaborating with us on the Bougie Show April event out here in Los Angeles, California. Just had a little bit of water, y'all. Valeria Mars joining us. Your most memorable scene to date?
My first official porn scene is still like one of my favorites and one of the most memorable that I've ever made. It was I did a dungeon cosplay porn with Ellie Clutch.
Okay.
And we were both like huge fans of comic books and characters and that kind of stuff. So it was just like so fun, and it was like the perfect like way for me to like really start, because it was just like the first porn I was creative directing. It was the first time I was like I had like a team, like I was like, you know what I mean? And it was
absolutely.
It was really beautiful, and the way that the video came out is like it's still one of my proudest videos this day.
Most embarrassing moment on set for you was what?
I think it was when I was doing anal with Dredd.
Oh, you had a situation?
Yeah.
Because I've interviewed him and he told me accidents have occurred.
Yeah.
You don't need to go elaborate. I don't need to even see it or visualize it. Let's just go on. Tell me about a location you were sexually active that you never imagined you would be, or would have happened, I should say.
Location.
Where it just went down. You was like, wow. How did
Like
this
on
happen?
camera or off camera?
Either one. Where you just got down at.
Theme park.
Theme park. Was this on a ride or?
No, not on a ride. It was like in a theme park bathroom, like tea hut area thing.
Okay.
But I've had sex in a lot of places.
Was that with a protection or unprotected?
Unprotected. I had a boyfriend.
Oh, you had a boyfriend. When's the last time you had a boyfriend?
4 years ago.
Wow. Kind of hard to have a boyfriend while you're living this lifestyle, yes?
Honestly, no.
No, it's not.
It's not.
But you would have,
I have a
to be
girlfriend. I have a girlfriend.
Is she a performer also?
No.
So she's fine with you when you go and perform?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Yeah, I'm very I guess I would classify myself as pansexual, so nothing is really off limits for me. I feel like I could just really love the soul, I really love the person rather than the way that they look or a body part necessarily. But I feel that when you really love somebody, you can really make anything work, regardless of what your job is or what it's not. So
I mean, on your end, I don't think a guy could do it.
I do think a guy could do it, though. That's the thing.
If I'm truly in love with you, and to know that you're just going to perform with J-Mac or...
Well, I mean,
Dredd,
that's the thing. I'm also comfortable, like I said, if I'm not really shooting boy-girl either.
Right. I get it.
Most guys aren't going to... most guys, if you're not shooting boy-girl, it's not really that
it's not that... No, it wouldn't be a big deal either.
And I don't really care to shoot with, a bunch of guys. I understand, there's some guys that genuinely don't care, though. There's some guys that are oh, you can literally get fucked in front of me, and it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? And that's cool, too. But, I'm also comfortable, adjusting if I really love someone too. If my partner had a problem with anything, I would make sure that she's feels secure in that too.
What about your sex game needs the most polishing?
Dirty talk. I want to get better at dirty talk.
Okay. How do you get better? Doesn't it have to be in you and not on you?
I mean, I speak Spanish and stuff, so I want to just really use that. You know what I mean? I feel weird sometimes using it. So I don't know. I guess.
Are you bilingual though, right?
Yeah, I'm bilingual.
Okay.
So I want to be able to sprinkle it in more. I guess I just
that would work.
I'm not the most confident in my dirty talk because some people don't really dirty talk either, and so I feel I work the best if somebody else is dirty talking a lot, and then I can play off of them. I really like that, but I'm not the most confident in my own skill just alone. You know what I mean? If another person is not.
But sometimes you don't need the dirty talk. Sometimes that's not you have. It has to be in you. I don't. Every girl that I've ever encountered, I don't want her to be able to dirty talk to me. You know what I mean? What if I don't look at you that way?
Well, yeah, but I just want to get more confident.
Okay, I get it.
I just want to be more confident in it. I feel that's what I need.
All right. Have you experienced ego tripping by a performer?
What do you mean?
When they're just too full of themselves. I remember I interviewed a girl. She came in from Vegas for our last California event. And she said she had a guy that he was definitely in character mode of who he was as a performer, and he just was talking to her yeah, you like this, or take this, and I'm such and such. You've had that? I
think I've had it in a little. It came out in the performance.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you like that or no?
No.
No. Okay. All right. You don't have to say who that person is. If you could change one thing about the adult film industry so far on your journey, what would that be?
I want there to be more beautiful porn out there. I think that's something I would change.
When I was first watching it, it was a Heather Hunter, the Nina Hartleys of the days. First of all, they were gorgeous women, and it had that vintage look, but it was significantly softer, more intimate, more passion. Where now is everything is hard.
I would bring back,
and I think you're doing that.
And the love and the art. I would bring that back. That's something that I would bring. I'm not really a fan of the harder, faster. That's how I personally burn out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. It's a lot on a woman to go through all that.
When you have to do anal, it's why?
Yeah, you don't.
They don't though. That's the thing. So things like that. Kind of just I don't really like the entitlement of people the requests that some people make of the porn girls. I don't know, they kind of just I guess I would humanize the porn industry a little bit. And
that's what we hope with this platform, that we create the human side, and because I've even had guys or viewers say that, hey man, I can't even watch their films no more like that because I found out who they are as a person now. Yeah. So, but I think it's important. I think it's essential in what you guys are doing, because otherwise you can't just be viewed as an object all day, every day. Mm-hmm. They have to know there has to be compassion and empathy for what you do, because at the end of the day, you guys are sacrificing it all. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, since we're on the dark side of the adult film industry, I want to ask you about the recent deaths of performers in the industry, particularly the females. How important is it for the adult performers to address their mental health issues prior to them just saying, you know what, I can't take it no more?
Mental health is the most important thing to me.
Okay.
And I think that everybody needs to be in therapy, whether you're a performer, whether you're not a performer. But I think if you're a performer, you really need to find a therapist that is like sex positive and sex worker friendly specifically. There are a lot of therapists that aren't really like that. Some of them are religious, or some of them are just not really a fan of the industry in general. And so it is really hard to confide in somebody when they have all these preconceived beliefs of you. So I think it is really important for performers to find, like personally for me, my therapist, I actually found her at the Cutting Edge Testing Center. There was like a little billboard, and it was like, if you need a sex positive therapist. And I had just been looking for a sex therapist for a while because I wanted to, like, I felt like I was also hypersexuality can also be a like trauma response. Right. And so I also wanted to make sure that like I was doing, like, going about my journey correctly. You know, I feel like in porn there are a lot of hypersexual people, and that is a beautiful thing that like deserves to be showcased. And I think it can really heal some people, just giving yourself like all of that, you know, like when you really want something, just give it to yourself so that you can just get tired, you know. And so I've personally started like doing a lot of therapy, and recently I started going to like suicide prevention support groups and that kind of stuff. For performers, okay. Specifically for, it's called
started
Pineapple.
Going for yourself, or just Pineapple? So I was going to ask you about Pineapple. What happened to them?
They're still around.
Because I just never see anything posted from them.
No, they're still around. Okay, they're still around. I just went to one of their support groups recently, like a couple weeks ago, and it was like, I think it's really important to have even if you don't want to be a burden to the people around you, like have some kind of system for yourself, like just being like, hey, I'm not feeling that well today, like, because obviously in porn there's a lot of parties, like there's a lot of things that you could be like really numbing yourself with. And so I think it's important to tell your closest friends or the people around you, like, hey, I'm not doing okay, these are the things that I need, and like, or just having even a support group, or just like a friend that like you can tell things to and that kind of stuff, because I think that a lot of things just go unnoticed, and a lot of things go behind closed doors and stuff.
And I'm glad to know that they're back in effect, because there's so much, and I'm not going to touch on it too much, but what at the end of the day are they not, when a performer decides to take their lives, do they not have somebody they can confine in that makes them say, what do you think that just sets them off, where they just said, all right, I don't want to be here no more?
Unfortunately, I understand where they've been too, because I've also had my own struggles with.
We appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I've had my own struggles too, and I think what it is like for me personally, I really don't like to bring the vibes down. Like I really don't. I really don't enjoy like if a close friend of mine is like telling me how amazing their life is, and I'm so happy for them, and I like they're like, you're like, oh, how was your day? And then your friend is like, I had the most amazing day ever. All these wins happened to me, and then I don't feel comfortable dropping like a bomb of like, hey, I want to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that to someone. So I guess it's like knowing time and place and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, also, I don't know, there also could be a world where you're like, hey, like, I'm really, really happy for you, and I don't want to bring the vibes down. Like, are you comfortable hearing like how I'm doing right now? I'm not really doing the best, like, and I just like, I don't really want that to affect you, you know what I mean? I guess like that's something I want to work on getting better, because I want my friends to always tell me when they're winning, and like for me to also feel comfortable, like maybe not always telling people everything that I'm feeling, but just being like, oh, like I'm so happy for you, I just like, I don't really want to talk about how I'm doing right now. And then like, I don't know, like that's something that I like to do, is just like I'll push it to the side, and then it kind of just comes to the surface like in the most random times. Like I do have friends and that kind of stuff that I can confide in. Obviously I have a therapist and stuff, but I think it is just like people truly wanting to portray themselves as being happy as much as they can.
When the depression comes, does it come from you? And this is our moment of truth right here. We're going to share with each other. Because I on the outside looking in, I can only think in my head, when a performer attempts suicide or does commit suicide, is it a point where they realize, oh crap, look at all this stuff I've done, and I realize I don't know if I should have done it because I can't get away from it now? Do you think that thin line is what I'm asking? Do you think that's the thin line when they decide they don't want to be here no more, is because of what they've done in the past? I'm just trying to understand. It
could be, but it could also just be that they're just not happy, like in general. It doesn't really necessarily have to be
do with that. Okay, gotcha.
Because it's like, especially nowadays, like I do think that you can do porn and do a million other things. Like I don't really think.
So
that
why wouldn't you be happy? Why do you need that? You're gorgeous. You're in top of your game. You create this art and you put it out there. What's lacking in your department?
I wouldn't say it's like I don't know. I guess for me, like I do put a lot of myself into my art and that kind of stuff, which like I don't know. I guess I feel like something I've learned about a lot of artists is a lot of artists are naturally in pain, and that like we work through the pain with our art, and eventually like it's a part of our like our art tells our story and it tells our journey in a different way, and that's like kind of how you like that's the best representation of you, and you put yourself out there. And I think for me sometimes I'm not the best at separating me from like the art from the artist sometimes, and I think that sometimes I just need more me time. I do pour a lot of myself into the people around me or into my art, and so that sometimes I don't really have a lot for myself. And so I think for me it's just like the times that I have not been happy are the ones where I'm not pouring into myself, and I think that's something I'm learning now.
Do you want to have children?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not really
you want to state your age?
I'm 23.
Okay. Oh, you got plenty of time.
I like have no idea.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Enjoy your body. Because what you have to children is.
That's the only thing I don't imagine myself being pregnant.
Yeah, I get
That's all. I don't really think I want to do all that.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I feel you. I mean, again, you're 23.
Yeah.
Wait till you're 33 and then have a conversation. Valeria Mars is joining us on the Bougie Show. What does Valeria Mars say to the young lady contemplating on joining the adult film industry? She says, "Hey, I'm really considering it and pulling the trigger and jumping in that world." What do you say to her?
I mean, the first thing I would say is like, why do you want to join? Mm-hmm. Like, and then if the goal is money, I would not. I would not.
You didn't drink none of your stuff.
Well, I didn't want to.
No, you can. I was like, you got to let it melt out. Go ahead. We have people come in here and drink wine and alcohol.
Bad.
Go ahead. I know you're focused, and I appreciate your focus.
Matcha, like.
I want you to enjoy it. That's why I wanted to have it.
No,
here.
thank you.
You want to eat a fruit too while you're at it? Okay, because I can plug in something real quick. All right, so stop fuckery.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I would if their main goal is like money or fame, right. I would turn them away from this industry. I would not. It's like I think that this is not the perfect job for everyone. This is not for everyone. Right. Like just like everything is not for everyone. Right. Like the porn industry specifically is. Sometimes I don't even think it's for me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm like, oh, how did I even get here? But like I know why I'm here, and I love doing it, and I love like the things that I'm creating, and I know it's really important for me to create what I'm creating and that kind of stuff. But for the average woman that wants to join the industry, I would definitely I would want them to think about it. I would want them to really like write down all of their reasons for wanting to join the industry. I would want them to get some kind of exposure. If they've never done OnlyFans, camming, if they've never done any of that kind of stuff, I would suggest for them to start there first.
That's a whole nother conversation, because there's certain things I don't like about the industry that
there's a lot of things I don't
like taking advantage of girls as far as not knowing the game when it comes to the anal side of it and getting them to do that scene, their first 6 months in. Knowing
I think that's why OnlyFans and sites like OnlyFans are so popular, and why I feel like the mainstream side of things is starting to slow down or almost
because you don't need them.
You don't need them at all. I feel like
you don't.
What I've been able to create, like I've never done a mainstream scene so far.
We've had so many female performers come on that did it mainstream just to get their name, their OnlyFans pump, and then they're out.
Yeah, that's literally you don't really need them.
And they've pimped out it long enough on these performers. It sucks for the ones that came before. Like just imagine the girls that had to do prostitution wearing heels out there on the track all day for 10, 12 hours. Whereas now they can just do
that come before us. They
had to go through it.
They deserve all the love, and I hope that they're okay. You know what
because
I mean?
it's
like I don't know.
Then they had to give it all to a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't know where I would be if I didn't start like on my own terms.
Right. If you could debate one individual, dead or alive, who would that be and why?
Debate.
Yeah, if you can have a debate. He said, I would just love to debate with that person. I just totally disagree with their objective and perspective on things.
I don't think I've ever
wanted to debate anybody.
Like that much. I just really don't care that much. Like
we can applaud that. Wish more people were like that.
I just really don't care that much. But I feel like I would want to, like, I guess this would be like a general thing. I guess I would want to challenge like people's views on like sex workers and that kind of stuff.
I'm glad you brought that up, because my next question was going to say, what do you say to people that leave comments on our platform saying, I bet your parents are proud? Because we get that quite often.
Well, most of our parents are proud.
Okay.
So, like, because we're building a life for ourselves and we're doing what we want. I don't really think it's just because it's sex. I don't really understand what the.
But you're looking at it from the artistic point. You're looking at it. You put art out there, and I will give you that. Then you have others that just are in it for the buck, the fame, and there's no shame in their game. Not to knock them.
No.
And that's not to knock them. I get it, because that's what you signed up for.
Yeah.
But it's still something that's frowned upon. Even us getting into this world of interviewing adult performers, why are you giving these people a platform? Well, let me take a guess to the audience out there. It's just it gets more views than the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So let's do the math here. So you're talking all this trash, but yet y'all still here watching this content.
Watching it.
So that's my clap back to them when they say that. So adult entertainment is still the most viewed entertainment in the world. So,
and I think it's like I really don't like when people have so much to say about, like, I don't know, somebody that, like, I feel like a lot of porn performers too, like, we're entertainers at the end of the day.
Right.
We like the entertainment factor. We want to put a smile on somebody's face. We want to give somebody a boner and make their day better. You know what I mean? Yes,
absolutely.
And so
goddammit.
It makes me sad that people don't see it that way, and there's so much shame involved with sex. I do think that there needs to be more open conversations about sex in general, because I think it is the most stigmatized industry, but also just the most stigmatized act ever, when it's like something that we need to just even exist in the world. We need to have sex, you know? So it's like, I don't understand what the like hate around it really is, when it's just like, well, you could just really figure out where your anger is coming from, you know, and like not feel bad after you jerk off, you know.
Yeah. Valeria Mars is joining us on the Bougie Show. Last time you got recognized in public, you give me the vibes like you don't go out in public often.
I don't.
Okay, I figured that.
I like to, if I'm going outside, I'm gonna go just in the woods and just hang out.
Where do you buy your clothes at? Online?
Like online.
Oh wow, you don't have to put it on and try it on first to make sure it fits accordingly.
I mean, I'll go to like a flea market or like a thrift store.
Okay.
I'll
give me
buy
those vibes.
Yeah, like definitely. Like I don't really like shopping and that kind of stuff. It's not really like my thing. But I also feel like when I go out and like if I'm like going to the grocery store or something, I feel like I wear like a long sleeve shirt.
Oh, because
like,
the tattoos will
it's
give
not
you
even like it's not even like I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna recognize me. I just want to go to the fucking grocery store
don't be
and
bothered.
like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like my hair would be looking crazy, so it's not like anybody's gonna look at me on the street and be like, that's the.
So that hasn't happened to you yet.
It has.
Okay.
It has a couple
and what do they
of
say
times.
to you?
Like
Usually men, right?
No.
Oh, women.
I have a lot of like women subscribers.
That's
and
good.
A lot of women like followers and that kind of stuff. I'm really proud of that, because that's what I want to create.
Those are your intentions, right?
But I feel like I had one time, actually I have crazy like fan stories, like
share the craziest or one of the craziest.
I have two.
Okay.
One, I met a security guard at a where was I? It was a club. It was a club security guard when I first moved to LA, and he like saw me on this, like he like saw me like getting to an Uber, and he like helped me get the Uber, and he was like, oh, like I would like love to hang out with you sometime, like I think you're gorgeous. And I was like, I thought he was a cute guy, so I was like, sure, like here's my number. And then we went on our first date, and on our first date he was like, I've been following you on Twitter, like I didn't
what a freaking idiot, he's so fried.
And I didn't think anything of it, but it ended up getting really weird. And then I had another this one.
Wait, you didn't think any of it when he said it?
I didn't think anything of it when he said it, because he was just like, he said it really like he said it
really
under
like,
the
radar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he didn't really like I don't know, hype it up or anything. Like he was just like, oh yeah, I follow you on Twitter anyways, like, you know what I mean, like I've been following you for a while.
Okay.
But like,
so the red flag didn't come up yet.
No,
So
it
did
came
you
up.
end up
It
dating
came
him
up
after
like
that?
2 days later, though.
So you never went back out with him after that?
I did. I did.
So did you end up dating him?
No.
Why?
It was. He tried to ask me why we haven't had sex yet while holding me hostage in the elevator.
While holding you hostage.
Like,
You gotta be careful with your words.
He
now.
okay, no.
He
no,
literally
you're
was
right.
stopping you from getting off the
Yeah,
elevator,
yeah,
but he's not putting his hands on you.
He
just
did.
standing in.
He did put it, he grabbed me and yeah, it wasn't cute. It wasn't cute, but like.
How'd you get out of the situation?
I told him to put me down. And
Oh, he picked you up.
Yeah, he hugged me and picked me up, and he wouldn't let me go for a
That
little
would have
bit.
creeped me out. That was the last time you saw him.
That was the last time I saw him.
What an idiot!
not
He
happy
threw
with that.
the whole.
Yeah, that's when I realized it was weird.
Yeah,
And then I had another.
I need a loser drop. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then I had another time which was worse than this one. I just finished getting my hair done. I was just standing outside, and this guy comes up to me, and he was pretty attractive, and he was like, hey, do you want to go on a date sometime? And I was like, sure. Gave him my number, didn't think anything of it again, and he called me that night, and we ended up going to dinner.
The same night you gave him the number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same night I gave him the number. He was pretty persistent, which is now I know it's a red flag. But he really wanted to go on a date that night.
Okay.
And we went on a date. When I get to the date, he tells me he's been subscribed to my OnlyFans for 7 months.
Jesus Christ.
And I was severely I was kind of fucked up. I
would never tell you that until I've GTD got the draws, y'all. I would never mention that.
I know.
I
And for some reason, we ended up hooking up too. So.
Oh, you let him knock boots?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And then
He started acting fool
It
after
was
that?
scary.
So you were intimate with him, and then after that, he just wanted you all the time? He wanted, he was trying to control you, trying to get you out the game? What?
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was just when you have sex with somebody, you can feel their true colors, even if you
wow,
it's
spirit.
yeah, you can really feel it, and it felt kind of dark, and I just didn't want to see him again.
Were you raw dogging?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
But yeah.
When was the last time you felt a condom? Now you got me opening up. Now I'm starting to talk.
I haven't really had that much off camera sex with men.
Yeah.
So.
I got you.
Not along it's been a while since I used a condom.
Let's go. We still got some ways to go. End goal for Valeria Mars.
Just to keep creating art.
Okay.
Keep creating art, and I want, I guess my end goal would just be to bring more artists into the porn world, to keep spreading this, what I'm trying to do, even when I'm not here. Even when I'm not shooting porn actively, and even when I'm not fully involved in the industry, my goal is to also be able to move on and do other things. I want to be more involved in helping sex workers become more humanized, and pushing things like Pineapple Support Group and mental health and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm passionate about. Yeah, I'm passionate about
fried ass was going to say Pineapple Express, because I always get the movie and Pineapple Support. Anyways. All right, before we stop, name drop, we want to give a shout out to Bathmates. Just add a little bit of water for collaborating with us on this event out here in Los Angeles, California. All right, name drop. That's when I'm going to state 2 names from the industry, and you'll give me your first thought of them as it pops up in your head. And then I'll state a well-known celebrity, mainstream figure.
Okay, first thought that comes to my
All right, so first thought that comes to your head. Number 1, Ricky Johnson.
He's funny.
Okay, funny. All right. Is it Eva Elfie or Eva Elfie? You follow her. She's a well-known performer. She's retired.
Oh,
now.
okay.
How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce her name? Is it
I don't
Eva?
know.
Eva?
I don't know.
EVA. I'm gonna assume it's Eva or Eva, but I don't know. But you know who I'm talking about.
think
She's a
so.
blonde hair.
Yeah,
she had a
yeah.
hell of a run.
I would say ethereal.
Ethereal?
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's different.
She looks like a fairy.
Yeah, she does, but that's okay. And somebody that I know you're going to have something to say about, the well-known figure, Angelina Jolie.
Oh my God, I think
You're
she's
inspired by her?
Yeah.
I can tell.
I think she's awesome in many ways.
Yeah,
But
especially in the 90s.
super inspiring,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yes.
I love the humanitarian work that
Yeah.
she does. Yeah, I think that she's had a good run.
Okay. All right, time for moment of truth because we've been. I'm just opening up now. I want to talk to you for like another hour, but unfortunately we can't. So we have Valeria Mars on the Bougie show right now. We're gonna start moment of truth. Moment of truth is when I state things, and if what I state is true, you say true. If it's false, you say false, and you can elaborate why it's false. And if it's something you choose not to answer, you can say pass. All right. You've wanted to tap out during a performance because of too much pounding.
False.
No. Okay. All right. You prefer the money shot on your breast or stomach, but not in the eyes.
Yes. True.
True. Okay. All right. A guy shouldn't have to kiss you in the mouth right after skeeting off in it.
True. Well, I don't really like coming in my mouth.
You don't like cum in your mouth? No. I was gonna say me neither, but I've never have cum in my mouth.
No. So usually that's not a problem.
All right, where do we go from here? 18 is too young to become an adult performer.
Yes.
Okay, I agree. So I think I wanted to go to 21.
Yes, I do.
You agree. If you had a son, you wouldn't want him to become a male performer.
If I have a son, I just want him to do whatever he's happiest doing.
Okay.
So if that means he wants to be a male performer, then
you
that
would be
means he
fine with
wants
that.
to be a
Okay.
male performer.
So that would be false then. You love for a male performer to grab them cheeks while performing doggy.
Prefer spanking
With the hand or with a
with hand.
Okay. A light spank?
No,
Oh, you like hard spank. You like to be dominated?
I like switch,
Oh, okay. All right. Spanking, okay.
but I like really hard spanking with right penetration.
With the right penetration. What makes the
with
penetration right?
Well, no, I think.
Oh, I thought you said with the
no,
right penetration. Sorry, I misheard you.
Well, the right penetration would be 9 inches above.
Jesus Christ, ice queen in the building.
Yeah. It would be like no, I think 8 inches and above. I'm being a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorites.
Interesting. Okay. You've cramped up during intimacy.
Have I mean, I'm sure I have. Sure. I mean, not that I know of.
Okay.
To be honest.
So that's I guess.
Wait, like cramped up as in like cramped in
during
like
while you're not getting knocked, you caught a cramp.
No. False.
Okay.
I don't really get cramps on my period either.
Long time since you've been on a date.
No.
No.
False.
Okay. All right.
I go on dates really often.
Well, you already answered this one. Sex with a civilian is rare for you, so that's true.
It's true, but I love my civilians too.
You love your civilians too. All right. And we already touched on this one too. Been a while since you had sex with a condom.
Yeah.
That's true. You prefer a circumcised jock?
No.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you analyze it before? Do you look at it before if it's not circumcised to make sure it's clean around the tip and all that stuff?
I mean, yeah, I'll look at but like I don't know. A dick is a dick. I don't know. I'm not really like inspecting it.
It's not flattering to look at, right? You don't see the beauty in it.
No, there's
right?
there's pretty dicks.
What makes a penis pretty?
I like to help my fans take their.
Oh, you do penis humiliation?
Not humiliation.
Oh,
it's more like a dick grading. Like
okay, got you.
It's just like it's kind of like all.
Oh, I get it.
Like they'll send me a photo and then I'll tell them what they could have done better.
What makes a penis? Oh, what they could have done better?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Like as in like with the photo itself. Like I'll tell them like you have a great penis. Like these are the qualities that I like in your penis, and this is how you can make the photo better.
What are the qualities you like in a penis?
Like if it's like nice and big, or like sometimes they have like a unique curve or like a unique shape, or there's like veins around certain areas. Like I'll highlight.
Really pay attention to the details.
Yeah, I really pay attention to the details, like nice balls and everything.
Oh, you pay attention to the testicles too.
If they just send me like sometimes I have like guys send me dick pictures with like it coming out of their underwear and you can't see like the balls and you can only see like just like, and it's like, okay, what am I grading here? I'm only grading the like main part, but I grade even down to like the V line too, like of how much they should show and that kind of stuff.
You ever had older men send you? Yeah. Do their testicles like as they're older, do they drop significantly?
Yeah, not significantly, but like
the skin sags more.
Yeah, a little bit.
What about the penis itself? Does it shrinken as they get older?
Not shrink. There's definitely a difference between an older man penis and a younger man penis.
You ever had a man use a pump in front of you? Penis pump?
No.
No. Okay. All right, shout out to bathmate. Just add a little bit of water. Let's finish the moment of truth. You've had a talent attempt to hang out with you after a shoot.
Yeah.
And how does that usually go?
I usually like to hang out with people.
Oh, okay.
Like Like, I prefer that.
Okay.
It's like if it doesn't happen, I'm not like I have to hang out with people every time or anything. Like that's definitely not like the goal. But usually I end up hanging out with them after.
Okay. You've gotten burned burned as a performer.
In what way?
STD.
Yeah.
Okay. What, chlamydia? You don't have to say if it's other stuff. If it's other stuff, sorry.
I'm like, I've had MGen. I've had MGen and I've had chlamydia.
I'm gonna speak on something real quick with that. You sometimes think to yourself, I wonder how all this is going to play out.
Yeah.
So that's true.
Yeah, true.
Did you notice what happened with this guy who got caught putting a fake test out there? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. What do you do real quick? Because we got to wrap this up. What do you do to prevent stuff like that occurring to you? Even though I know you don't work with most male and you're going to say you're going to kind of stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
But what have you done in the past to make sure
there's like a way to scan QR codes and stuff where you can call the testing center and see if they actually got tested on that day and that kind of stuff. Okay.
All right. Good to know. Valeria Mars is joining us. We are going to wrap this up. Can you share something, and that's your camera, can you share something with the audience rare about yourself?
Something that's rare about
me?
I am double jointed and I can't turn this hand. So this hand does not turn like a normal hand like this. This one just stays like that. And like I can turn it this way, but I can't. Yeah.
Can you do a split?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm flexible.
Okay. I believe you. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to be your first interview. We do wish you the best in your future endeavors. Do you have anything you want to put out there for the audience to be on the lookout for? Anything you want to promote? The floor is yours, Valeria.
Follow me on Twitter and on OnlyFans, Instagram, all that good stuff. My OnlyFans is Valeria Mars, and you could find everything in there.
Say your name one more time.
Valeria Mars.
I wouldn't even dare try to.
But I would want to say take care of your mental health and do everything that you do with love and passion.
Valeria Mars is joining us on the Bougie Show. Thank you. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. And now let's go take some pictures and do some other fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Thank you again. We are checking out. It's the Bougie Show, y'all.
It's the Bougie Show.
What up, world? I am Zay the DJ, the host of the Bougie Show, and I'm here to let the world know that I'm co-signing Bathmate for having the world's best-selling penis pump for a reason, with over 1 million satisfied men and even more partners. I mean, you hear the words coming out of these performers' mouth. They want to be satisfied in the bedroom. No man should suffer from feeling inadequate due to not being able to rock out with their jock out. Bathmate is the only way to play, and all I gotta say is just add water, baby. You know what time it is. Pump, pump, pump it up.